Carrie Herbertson is NRA ILA's Nevada State Liaison. She joins us tonight to talk about what's going to be going on in the Silver State the rest of the year. And, Carrie, thanks for your time.
Absolutely. I hope you're having a Happy New Year.
We are, and I am looking forward to getting to see you when we're out in Las Vegas for the SHOT Show.
Yeah, it should be fun. It should be fun. I'm going to be with you, I think, a week from Monday. Yeah,
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And, there's so much to talk about because Nevada has been an interesting state over the past couple of years. As you look forward to the next legislative session, what are some of the things that that you would like to see happen?
Well, Nevada meets only every other year, and so it seems in the off year everybody is just primed and ready for when the legislature gets into session in the odd number years. This year, there's a lot in the pipeline. We have upwards of 14 bills that are being brought forward this year, and all of them are pro-gun bills. With the makeup of the new legislature, we have a whole host of freshman legislators as a result of term limits that went into effect last year. So we have a lot of new legislators. The majority of them are pro-gun, and they've just been primed and ready to bring some good bills forward. So we have proposals like Castle Doctrine. We have constitutional carry. We have university carry. We have some tweaks to the CCW statutes. There's just all kinds of things being brought forward, and we're really excited about it. Second Amendment license plates. It's going to be an extremely busy year, but hopefully a very productive year as well.
I hope so. Especially as you say, meeting every other year, that there's always that tendency, to try to get as much done as possible here. What have you been able to prioritize, Carrie?
Well, yeah, we have, and we have to. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. We have to. I mean, to assume, in a perfect world, we'd have all 14 bills get through, and I would hope, and we're certainly going to work very hard towards that end. Some of them are going to be a little bit harder sells than others. Probably at the top of our list, we have our top four, I would say, are one is we need to close the loophole that allowed the names and addresses of the CCW permit holders to be made public. We have to close that loophole. That's a priority. We have some tweaks to the permit application process, but then there's Castle Doctrine that's coming back for a second go-around. But I would say at the top of the list is our university carry legislation. That's something you're going to be hearing about a lot when the legislature convenes in February, because we're hoping to get a couple of early hearings on that. And there's not a lot I can talk about right now, but I think in a couple of weeks we're going to be able to. There's just going to be some interesting testimony coming forward from students that aren't allowed to carry on the campuses, and I can tell you from the research we've been able to put together, these are as in around a lot of college towns and university towns. There's something about those areas that tend to attract a not so great element, and when you have a university or a campus that is a gun-free zone, it's just it's an open hunting ground for predators, and it's been very much like that in Nevada. The number of registered sex offenders in and around each campus, whether it's community college, University of Nevada at Reno, or University of Nevada at Las Vegas, it's enormous. It is staggering, the number of registered sex offenders in those zip codes. So we are just really passionate about bringing this bill forward, doing everything we can to protect the students on campus, even the students that live immediately off campus, and those that walk to and commute to campuses. So it's going to be a really exciting year, and we've been working very hard in the off season to make this a successful season. And I think that having everybody at the SHOT Show, being able to set up some meetings and just kind of bring some attention to what we're doing as well, is going to be fun.
I think it's great, and I am. I can't tell you how excited I am to hear that campus carry is going to be an issue in the Nevada legislature, because this is something we talk about on a fairly regular basis. And you're absolutely right. I don't know if it is a matter of, criminals knowing, well, here's a large group of people that I know are going to be unarmed. But every day you can find stories around the country of students who are assaulted, who are robbed at gunpoint, either on campus or just, steps away from the campus boundary. And it doesn't have to happen. And there's been some talk in Atlanta, Georgia. There have been a lot of robberies near Georgia Tech, in Philadelphia, near Temple University. But it's not just in these big cities. We talked a couple of weeks ago about a story where I went to school in Stillwater, Oklahoma, which is literally a town that is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there's not much around it. It's a fairly small town, and yet there was a student who was robbed at gunpoint about 3 feet from the campus boundary.
Wow.
And, yeah, right on Fraternity Row. And look, the criminal clearly knew that his victim was not going to be able to fight back or defend himself.
Yeah. Well, we hear all these stories about Virginia Tech and Columbine, and those are really, really tragic events where there are mass shootings. But the majority of these issues, Cam, as you well know, are not the large scale, where you've got, the helicopters flying overhead and all the major networks covering. The majority of the stories that we hear are the woman that was raped on campus, or she was assaulted in the parking garage, or, like you'd said, the people that were held up at gunpoint, or, these are the stories that we hear about because we're in the business to hear about it. But if there's not a blurb in a local newspaper about it, the majority of people don't know. And so when you bring up campus carry, most people think a Virginia Tech kind of scenario. But the truth of the matter is, those don't happen that often, thank heavens, but every day there's something happening on campus. And those are the people that we're trying to reach out to. Those are the people we're looking to protect, and should be availing themselves of their self-defense rights. So those are the people that we want to speak for.
Well, and I'm so glad to know that that is going to happen in Nevada this year. Sounds like we're going to be very busy talking with you, Carrie. A lot of stuff going on this year.
It's going to be very busy, and in Hawaii also we have a range protection issue that is being brought forward by Representative Sharon Har. She's a Democrat over in Hawaii, and so we do have some range protection issues. That is certainly not a place where we want ranges shut down. Getting a range there is very, very difficult. So there has been a few threats to some of the local shooting ranges, Cocoa Head over on Oahu in particular, that we're just looking to do everything we can to protect. And they do not have a range protection law, so we're looking to get that passed. And there seems to be some general support for it. So it's going to be busy all the way around. And I think that because of the gains we've made, not just legislatively, but in the courts, that it has emboldened a lot of legislators to step forward and say, I really feel that the time is right to do this. So I assume that not only myself, but my colleagues at NRA are going to be very, very busy. I
think you're right. We talked with your colleague, John Hohenwarter, earlier tonight about what's going on in New Hampshire, where things are already kicking off in Pennsylvania and Ohio. I think you guys are going to be I hate to say it, Carrie, you guys are going to be very tired by the end of the legislative session. If there is anything I can do to help you out, particularly on the range protection issue in Hawaii, if you would like me to go and do some investigative reporting on the island of Oahu, I will try to rearrange my schedule so that we could do that.
Hey, any help we can use would be phenomenal. I kind of like going out there myself. I hate the idea of having to work, but that's how it goes. Somebody has to do it. I really have some of the worst states, Nevada and Hawaii, but we're looking forward to seeing you guys when we come out, for the SHOT Show and getting together. And again, a lot of great people in Nevada. Hopefully, we're going to set you guys up with some good interviews as well.
I'm excited about it, and I'm actually looking forward to talking about the Friends of the NRA dinner that you helped put on, because you guys do extraordinary work, and it's really cool. We talked about it right around the time that the dinner was held. And what is your local NRA Friends of the NRA dinner?
What chapter? It's called Gold Country Friends of NRA.
Gold Country Friends of NRA.
and we're looking forward to. We're going to be talking about our dinner coming up in June. And yes, it seems like it's so far away, but yet it's not. Before we know it, we're going to be finished with it. But I'm bringing my two daughters with me, and so they've been on the committee for the last 3 years. And they've been largely instrumental in bringing the 20-something crowd. We have 15 of them, the 20-something crowd to our committee, and infusing an energy and a youth and an excitement that, the truth be told, us over 50ers, don't always have. So they've proven to be great foot soldiers, and not only that, it's pretty darn hard to say no when you've, got two very attractive blondes asking for your money. So I'm bringing them with me, Cam.
All right, I will start practicing no now, just in case they ask me.
Yeah, lock up that wallet.
Hey, Carrie, thank you so much for coming on the program tonight, and I guess we'll talk to you in about a week and a half.
That's correct. We'll see you then.